The Force is an important part of the Star Wars universe. It's what makes the Jedi perform those jaw-dropping acrobatics and enables the Sith to wield their terrifying power. And in this video, we're going to discuss some of the most iconic Force abilities, at least the ones that have truly left their mark on the saga. So welcome to Star Wars Deconstructed, students of the Force and acolytes of the galaxy. Whether you're Jedi, Sith, or somewhere in between, join us today as we dive deep into some of the Force abilities in the Star Wars universe. Traditionally in the Star Wars universe, when someone kicks the bucket, they become one with the Force. It's like a cosmic recycling program, but it's a one-way ticket with no return policy. However, with some special Jedi training and an immense amount of selflessness and sacrifice, certain Force sensitives, like the wise Qui-Gon Jinn, could learn to achieve something extraordinary: spiritual immortality. So here's how it works. Imagine you're a Jedi, and you followed the strict code of selflessness and sacrifice throughout your life. When you reach the end of your journey, you can will your physical body to disappear completely upon your deathbed. It's the ultimate magic trick, except this isn't an illusion. You transcend the physical world and become one with the Force, but you also maintain the incredible ability to interact with it occasionally. That's what being a Force ghost is all about. These Jedi spirits can pop in from time to time, offering guidance, wisdom, and sometimes even a helping hand to those in need. Remember Yoda in The Last Jedi, causing that tree to burst into flames with a bolt of lightning? And Anakin in the Ahsoka series. Those are popular examples of past Jedis who have the Force Ghost ability. Now, practitioners of the dark side in the Star Wars universe can't join the cool kids club and become Force Ghosts like the Jedi. So, they have to get creative when it comes to achieving immortality and retaining an almost physical form. So, they came up with certain abilities. First, there's Force Drain, a sinister power that allows the Sith to literally suck the life force out of any other living creature. It's like they're playing a dark and deadly game of energy vampires. With this ability, Sith Lords could extend their lives for centuries, well past their natural expiration date. They're cheating death, but in the most sinister way possible. But no matter how long you avoid it, death eventually comes knocking. That's where essence transfer comes into play. This is the ultimate backup plan for the Sith. Through sheer hatred and darkness, a Sith could transfer their unconsciousness into another body or even an object. Ancient Siths were notorious for hiding their consciousness in the walls of their tombs and waiting, sometimes for centuries, for some unlucky soul to stumble into their lair. When that poor, unwitting victim finally arrived, the Sith Lord would then possess their body and continue their evil schemes. By the time of Emperor Palpatine, they'd stepped up their game and started using clones, usually younger, uncorrupted versions of themselves, as vessels for essence transfer. As we saw in The Rise of Skywalker, a desperate Sith could even use their own grandkids for a bit of Force drain or essence transfer. Family dinners must have been awkward in those households, huh? It's a brutal and dark path to immortality, but hey, they don't call it the dark side for nothing. These Siths are willing to do whatever it takes to stay in the game and hold on to power, even if it means sacrificing others, or in some cases, themselves. You might remember Rey's peculiar experience when she grabbed Luke's old lightsaber in The Force Awakens. She started hearing voices and had a glimpse into its history. Well, that was Psychometry in action. It's Force-powered detective work. When a Force user uses this ability to touch an object, they can sense its history. They can tell where it's been or who held it last just by making physical contact. It's the Jedi and Sith version of CSI, but with a lot more telekinesis and lightsabers. Here's the catch though. Unlike many other Force powers that can be learned with the right training and practice, Psychometry can't be taught. You have to be born with this ability, which makes it a pretty sought after skill among various Force using organizations in the Star Wars universe. Even though it's an innate skill, users still need to practice Psychometry to truly master it. Untrained individuals who accidentally touch certain objects might get more than just a history lesson. They could suffer from severe headaches and violent seizures if they weren't accustomed to wielding its power. So it's not an ability to be taken lightly. Force Lightning is the signature move of the practitioners of the dark side in the Star Wars universe. You know, the Sith Lords, the guys with the red lightsabers and the bad attitudes. Ever since the Emperor first unleashed it from his creepy fingertips in Return of the Jedi, Force Lightning has been a symbol of pure darkness. The ability is a continuous stream of crackling electric blue energy shooting from the user's hands. It's their very own lightning bolt generator, but instead of powering cities, it's powering their evil intentions. This lightning isn't your typical weather phenomenon though. It's made of pure Force energy, and it's not there to tickle you. No, it's there to incapacitate an enemy, slowly draining the life from them, all while inflicting excruciating pain. So yeah, it's not a pleasant experience for the unlucky recipient. Using Force lightning takes a special kind of cruelty and a rather disturbing enjoyment of causing pain to others. That's probably why, despite being physically capable of using it, no self-respecting light side Force user will ever touch the stuff. The Jedi are all about peace, harmony, and using the Force for knowledge and defense, not for electrocuting people. Now let's talk about a rather unsettling Force ability that both good and bad guys in the Star Wars universe have used: Force Choke. This one's a bit odd because you'd expect it to be a power exclusive to the dark side, but even some of the good guys have dabbled in it. Force Choke is essentially the act of using the Force to telekinetically close someone's windpipe, restricting their ability to breathe. In most cases, this grim move often leads to the victim's demise. It's the ultimate power move in a heated argument, though we wouldn't recommend trying it in a regular debate. Now, when you think of a Force Choke, the first character that probably comes to mind is Darth Vader. He's a master of this dark and deadly art, and he's used it to put the fear of the Force into many people. Let's talk about a truly epic Force ability that Luke Skywalker pulled off in The Last Jedi: Force Projection. This is like the Jedi version of Beam Me Up, Scotty, but instead of technology, it's pure mental power. With Force Projection, a Force user can project a lifelike, tangible copy of themselves across vast distances, even spanning the galaxy, all through the power of their mind. In the movie, Luke uses this ability to distract his nephew, Kylo Ren, and allow his sister, Leia, and her friends to escape a dire situation. It's a move that's as impressive as it is self-sacrificing. That's because Force Projection is an incredibly demanding ability. It requires immense concentration and skill to pull off, to the point where it can literally kill the user. It's not a casual party trick. It's a power that only a few Jedi or Sith have ever attempted. In Luke's case, he used this incredible ability to the max. He projected a mental clone of himself across millions of light years of open space, effectively creating an illusion that was as real as the man himself. However, the energy required for this was so immense that it led to Luke's peaceful demise at the end of The Last Jedi. Now, this Force ability is not even a thing in the official Star Wars canon, just the Legends material, so only the most hardcore fans might be familiar with it. To use the Thought Bomb, these Sith folks channel all their hatred, anger, and darkness into this massive malevolent sphere. It's like the ultimate Sith potluck dinner, except instead of macaroni salad, you're bringing your dark side emotions. Now, when they finally decide to detonate this wicked creation, the results are pretty catastrophic. It erases any Force-sensitive beings caught within its blast radius. It's the galaxy's worst fireworks show. Nobody's having fun. The Thought Bomb doesn't just stop at killing its victims. No, it dissolves their physical bodies and sucks up their fragmented souls into what sounds like a scene from a cosmic horror novel. Wikipedia describes it as a swirling vortex of perpetual torment that resolved into an orb of silver iridescence. In simpler terms, the Thought Bomb turns Force users into a never-ending tormented disco ball of suffering. Now, the Sith who are creating this monstrosity are just as much at risk as their intended victims, so you'd have to be seriously committed to the dark side of the Force to even consider using the Thought Bomb. You're potentially killing yourself just to take down some Jedi. That's the peak of Sith dedication, and it's probably why this power isn't the go-to move for most dark side practitioners. Plus, it's not really a subtle way to deal with your problems. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and watch the next one.